Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am Cosmic Kev, your host. This is for January 12th, Friday, 2019, and through the 18th. Okay, so what do we got? Well, we've got Sun in Capricorn. We've got Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Aries, Jupiter in Sagittarius. It's a lot of fire signs right there. A lot of fire between Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. And then, of course, Sun's in Capricorn, Capricorn, Saturn, the South Node's in Capricorn, and Mercury is in Capricorn. And now we have Uranus direct, and Neptune in Aries, and Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn. So much Capricorn. And but the moon, we're starting out in Pisces, and imagine the part of Pisces the moon would be in is the nakshatra known as Purva Bhadra or Purva Bhadrapada, and I might not be pronouncing that right, so forgive me, you experts out there on Sanskrit speak. I'm learning, and just like any baby, when they learn, they mispronounce words. And yeah, I know I don't look like a baby, but there's still a baby part of me. Okay. So, I mean, without any further ado, we're in a waxing moon cycle here. Next week we'll have a lunar eclipse on the weekend, but this weekend all things are just shaping up. And we'll have Mars and the moon together on Saturday, and a lot of kind of tense Aries energy on Sunday. But, we get into a really nice flow as we get into the week, and I think you'll like what we have. All right. So, greetings Aries, welcome to your horoscope. So, Mars is still pretty far away from Uranus, they're not going to necessarily tangle up with each other until we get into late February or mid-February, but they're getting closer, and so there's this sort of like, I want to take action, I want to be energized, I want to move forward, I want to do something that's never been done before, I want to try something that's revolutionary, and that sounds exciting. It sounds like a lot of exciting stuff. I mean, it's still what I was saying last week, it's all about the career, it's all about your image in the public, and how you work with that, and how you show other people, and just having more empathy for other cultures right now is super good for you, and just trying exotic things that you've never done before, because what I see too is like Venus and Jupiter are getting close to having a little conjunction action here. In fact, they will by the end of this week, this coming week, and when that does happen, it's going to bring on so many good feelings, Also, I'd like to also mention too that in the sidereal system, the Sun is still in Sagittarius ostensibly, but it is going to shift by the time we get to Tuesday. So, and even Monday, yeah, by Monday, possibly even Sunday night, Sun will be actual Capricorn in that constellation. So we'll get more of that serious influence of Capricorn as we go. Okay. They're like, what was that about? Don't worry, it's all right. Here we are, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, what can we say about this? Taurus is another earth sign like Capricorn, so in a lot of ways what's happening, this concentration, should be a concentration of good fortune. But these are the things, what are these qualities that these planets are asking for you? Well, the sun's asking you to be honest and to accept what's really on your heart and your own executive ability to do things, your own royalty, your own, fatherly or motherly parental position. And it's also saying, with Mercury there, it's that we need practical thoughts that get results. Practical thoughts that get results. And it's all in the ninth house, too. It's a very lucky house. And Pluto there is saying, well, we got to change for the good of the earth, for the good of the environment. We're going to have to do some changes here. And some of them might be a little bit scary. And it's going to be a little different from here on out. Yeah. And we're seeing that, And then there's this whole thing with the south node of the moon, too. Our subconscious is telling us we got to, take care of all the practical stuff and be disciplined with it. And, get in a routine if we need to. And the same thing with Saturn. Saturn's more like saying that, well, when you do the wrong thing, you're going to pay. But if you just discipline yourself and change, create a system for yourself where you end up having better habits and you have more accountability. And then everything's going to go great. I mean, this is a message to myself as well. I'm not even a Taurus, but, we're all every sign. Okay. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So we start out here with, most of the weekend the moon will be in Aries. So that's your 11th house, socializing, partying. I know there's, different types of events happening that you're probably going to check out and want to be a part of. And it's a lot of motivation, a lot of motivation to do something adventuresome, with a group. And then the other thing is that, well, there's a lot of stuff happening to your spouse or your mate if you're in a relationship, but it also could be people at work or situations where you don't really have a lot of control over, and so, 8th house, let's say it. It's the house of birth, death, other people's property, intuition. Sometimes it's where we have debt, and sometimes it's like karmic debt. But it's also a place where there's underground magic, there's discovery and things that are less seen, like yard sales or whatever. There's good deals, there's financial blessings, I suppose, in I don't like it for the environmental reasons and human justice reasons, but like mining, because that's underground, spring water comes out of the ground, things like that, which I also think is another thing that's kind of horrifying, the commodification of things from the earth that we all should be able to share somehow, without hurting the planet to get them. Yeah, that's it. So. Anyhow, Gemini, I just say keep your spiritual life and, you'll pray a lot and you'll get through this. Okay. All right. Oh, hello, Cancer. Well, for Cancer, it's all about relationship. I think I said this last week, It's our love life, the way we love. We want to love. We want more love in our life. And this is a time where we get that. We get a lot of that type of thing. And you're able to negotiate a lot. And there's a lot of difficulties that you have to negotiate. There's a lot of intensity, and there's this deepness and this deep longing. And anyhow, you're activated to be very independent, to be unconventional, and there's knowledge of things you want to do in this life that are really in front of you in your face. You're like, I've got this urgency, especially if you're later Cancer person, born like, the 15th through the 21st, 22nd, you're really feeling it. You're feeling it big time. Yeah, I guess Leo is the most difficult point to keep all these planets in the 6th, 8th, and, yep. And fifth house, all in balance there. Okay, it's almost everything, as you can see from this chart here, is on the other side of your chart, the side where you're having to deal with other people and their stuff. So, and you're kind of there's a natural inclination to be more about you as a Leo, I suppose. Especially if you're born later, probably in the later parts of Leo, the last 10 degrees. But here we go. I mean, we're ready. We're ready to do something that's inspiring. Take an inspiring adventure. It might be dangerous. Part of this adventure is danger. Health issues, man. And issues regarding work and how work needs to be done. This is the big mountain, This is what you're climbing right now. This is what you got to deal with. There's no turning back from it, So, just taking care of yourself in general, very important. Very good thing to do. Okay. And, well, now we're on Virgo. Well, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. So, a lot is going in your favor. A lot is good luck and showing your best side, being more of a performer, being happy within yourself, within your heart, within your life, bringing that happiness forward, sharing that happiness with others. No need to isolate yourself. Allow the good things to bubble up. That's really what it comes down to. Be generous and be ready to receive. Be open in your heart. Be open to having fun. You might have had a difficult couple of years or so. But I'm going to say this. Open your heart to having fun. And remember what that was for you. And if you need to involve other people, try and get other people involved in it. It's, one thing I learned, this is kind of dumb, but, you can just even ask somebody to go shopping with you. We guys don't think about this. Women think about this with each other more. But it's like, that's an okay thing to do, And there's many opportunities where we have to be social that we can overlook. And I'd say, try and get yourself to that place because it's going to make you happy. Well, hello, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, this weekend I would do, the housework, the chores, the shopping that needs to be done, the laundry, cleaning the house, all those kind of service-oriented things. If you're up for it, you might be feeling a little low energy with, the moon. And then there's a lot of romantic energy, too. Moon and Mars. Peace will guide the planets in the 7th house. That sounds good. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. In the Vedic system, Jupiter and Mars are mutual reception. So, there is something good happening with Jupiter and Mars, and they are, loosely trining each other this week, I think. Pretty much they're trining each other. So, yeah, Jupiter and Mars are aligned, folks. So, everything is turning up Libra in a good way. I know that you're a little bit more cabin fever. You feel locked up at home. Things dealing with real estate cars, that could happen. Things dealing with older parents, that definitely can happen. Discovering things about your ancestry, that's another thing that goes along with this. Some of them are really a waste, even when they're on sale. I'm just like, don't do it. It's not that enlightening compared to others. I'd just say, you have an ambition to have a better career. I see that, you're moving up and getting better things going for yourself in the career world. You're also negotiating with other people this weekend. And I think the negotiations should go well. realize that you're designing yourself right now. You're creating a strong foundation as you're moving forward in the world. Yeah. Okay. Well, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah. So, I mean, what I'm seeing is a need to make more friends, journal, write down what you want to do next. Take care of vehicles. If you have vehicles that need maintenance, do some maintenance work on them. Cultivate relationships with your siblings. You know, if you have brothers, sisters, cousins, even old friends from high school, whatever. This is a good time for that. It's a good time to get together with old friends. You know, even childhood friends. Creative mojo. Keep working on it. It's going places. Friday today is a great day for it. On the weekend, I'd say take care of health, take care of household stuff. It's going to be good. I think the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are a little more romantic. You know, that looks like a little bit more your speed. So I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's workable. It's just stay with the program and try and make improvements. Stay informed. Be a better communicator. All this will be yours. Well, hello, Sagittarius. Yeah, taking action in a good way, a graceful way. I mean, you got the two benefics in your first house right now. You got Venus and Jupiter. I mean, let's just look at this for a second, folks. I mean, that's smoking hot. Smoking hot. Makes you look good. It makes other people come to you. They're attracted to you right now, you know, because you've got this wonderful energy about you, you know, of both like higher law and just common decency. and sensual, you know, capabilities, prosperity, all of that is coming your way. In fact, turning weakness into strength. I mean, that's a real theme when it comes to family, when it comes to money, when it comes to have dental work or whatever. That's a lot of your focus here. And you've got some creative inspiration right now that it's worth looking at, and it's going to propel you forward. And so, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Okay, so greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, so Venus and Jupiter in the 12th house. And those are pretty high places for both of those planets, really. Because Venus in the 12th can be like pleasures of the bed, can be a good thing. Jupiter enhances everything it touches. And they're getting closer together this week. And so, I mean, they're not necessarily like friends with each other. Jupiter's more like about our spiritual life. But it could also be like, you know, your sex life with your spouse or your husband or whatever. You know, Venus is definitely more towards our sensual, sexual lives, as well as how we deal with our needs, too. A lot of it has to deal with our needs. Our wives more are seen in that. And there's a good, you know, there's a good flow. There's a balance of things moving forward. Venus and Mars being trine, and so it's like everybody in their passions can be happy. That's a good thing, you know. And for Capricorn right now, it's like saying you get insights when Pluto's in your first house. It makes you a much more insightful person. Saturn there, I mean, your Saturn ruled, you know what to do. You can be mature, you can be calm, practical, slow moving, doesn't, you know, patient. Those are the good, wise. And with Mercury there, you're conscious, so you're not just experiencing kind of the dullness of Saturn, but you're also having this sort of genius too to go with it. All right. Okay, so Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, this is your last week of the sun transiting your 12th house, and sometimes that can be the house of our own undoing. But we're on this waxing cycle, of the moon. And so a lot of this is seed karma that you're dealing with right now. So you only want to plant good seeds, And some of the karma is really rough. And that's when it's good to have help. Help can be like a pillow on your head when you need to get some sleep. That's sometimes we need to, get some shut-eye and some sleep, and just having that pillow is a comfort. It makes us crash out better. And so that's one of my analogies. The other thing is, like, you have really good friends right now that have wonderful words of wisdom, real hope, real help for you. Tune into these people because they're not always available readily, and they are now, and it's going to make your life better. Let's see, what else? When unconscious behavior, one of the remedies is to get out in nature. Just go away. If you can take a vacation, just do it. If things are too much for you around you, you have a right to have a little bit of escape before you reinvent yourself and the sun goes in your first house. So there's another one. All right. So, wrapping things up here with Pisces. Alright, well, hello Pisces, welcome to your horoscope. So, this is a pretty amazing day with Neptune and the Moon together for your Friday viewers. You're on top of your game. Tomorrow, this weekend could be a good weekend for making money. Could be a good weekend for you dealing with family. There's a lot of planets in your 11th house. Okay, so, that's a house that's considered a luckier house. It's also our social life. It's our older siblings sometimes, helpful friends, really. I think of like older friends that can help you and bring better karma in your life. That's big. There's these tougher planets like Saturn and Pluto and South Node of the Moon, but they're all bringing something that ultimately is going to help you, and their effects are being somewhat softened. But it's a time also where I see you rising up to positive leadership. You look good. You got Venus and Jupiter in your midheaven. People like what you're doing. There's a creative success associated with this career-wise, and there's a sweetness and people wanting you, and that is also really nice. You have a lot more ability to pursue your creative path, to pursue helping your children. Bringing more love and life in this world in a great way. Next week things are going to shift a lot. As Sun enters into your 12th house, and you're going to be needing to deal with your own personal karma more. So breathe deep. Be grateful for everything that's going good in your life right now. And we're in between eclipses, so if things seem a little out of sorts, I think they'll seem better after the coming full moon a week from now, a week and a couple days from now. So it's Cosmic Kev with Planetary Persuader, Citizen Television. We're watching it on YouTube, watching it on cable access in Southern Oregon or in the North State. BCTV. Thanks for being here. Share it. Welcome your comments. Have a great week. And we are done. Boom. We're done, Marn.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you, sweet rabbit. He calls him a rabbit. There we go. Jug-lug, make you wanna holler, hi-ho. Oh, don't you know?
you.